Chapter 19, Setting Forth a Changing Course. Beach City, Docks. Naruto was at the docks with the other crystal gems as the Konoha shinobi and the Suna siblings got on Yellowtail's boat. "Are you sure that you don't want to return to Konoha with us?" Tenten asked with hope in her voice. Ever since they learned that Naruto decided to return to the elemental countries, they were overjoyed as their friend would be coming home. But their joy turned to slight disappointment as Naruto said that he needed to take care of a few things in Beach City before going back. "I told you guys already," Naruto said with a small smile. "I have a few things to take care of before I can go back to Konoha. I can't just up and leave when I have some unfinished businesses." "No, I guess you cannot," said Gai as he placed a hand on the blunt's shoulder as tears were running down his face. "Your flames of youth have only become much more brighter than what Lee and I could only dream of." "Of course, Gai-sensei," said Lee as he too had tears running down his face. "Naruto-san's youth cannot be rivaled, and so we must train so that our own flames could be just as bright." "Lee. Gai-sensei. Lee. Gai-sensei. Come on you two," Temari yelled from the boat. "We don't have much time for the both of you to give everyone here mental scars. We got to go." Gaara approached Naruto as his Konoha escort got on the boat. "It has been great to see you again after so long," the Kazekage said with a small smile. "You will always be welcomed in Sunagakure should you ever visit." "I'll keep that in mind, Gaara," Naruto said as Gaara hugged him before getting on the boat. As the sea vessel sailed away from the docks, Naruto rushed towards the edge and waved towards the shinobi. "Goodbye you guys," Naruto yelled as his friends returned the wave with one of their own. "I'll be seeing you guys later." After Yellowtail's boat vanished over the horizon, Naruto turned to see the other gems and Steven looking at him. "It's time we talked about Lapis," said Garnet with a serious tone in her voice. Naruto chuckled as he remembered the little conversation last night. Flashback. Lapis Lazuli. The three gems shouted at the sight of said gem entering the door. The crystal gems were about to summon their weapons, but Naruto got in between them and Lapis with his arms stretched out. "Wait a minute," Naruto said as he really wanted to avoid a fight after everything today. "She's cool." "Oh, she's cool alright," said Amethyst as she summoned her whip. "She'll be ice cold once we're through with her." Naruto looked as Pearl and Garnet summoned their weapons before he decided to stand his ground and summoned his claws. "You know it's really rude to attack an invited guest," Naruto roared out as he really didn't want to do this, but if he must. "You invited her?" Pearl said with shock in her voice, "after what she did?" "Yes, I did," Naruto said as he was seriously hoping that Steven wasn't around at the moment. "Now if you guys could just calm down and let Lapis explain herself." Garnet looked at Naruto before taking a quick glance at Lapis. The gem got out of her fighting stance, but she still had her gauntlets out, and said, "Talk." "What?" Pearl said with surprise on both hers and Amethyst's faces. "Are you serious?" "Yes," Garnet said bluntly before she looked at Lapis. "Talk." The blue gem nodded as she tenderly looked at the trio and said, "I'm sorry for what I've done. I just wanted to go home so badly after so many years trapped inside that mirror." Lapis then went on to tell the trio about what she had told Naruto about what she had found when she had reached her home. The trio sadly cringed as what Lapis had mentioned was true about the fate of the other gems. Lapis then moved from behind Naruto and kneeled towards Pearl, Garnet, and Amethyst as she then said, "I know it won't justify what I have done. But I truly am sorry for what I have done." Seeing the skeptical looks on the three gems, Lapis lowered her head and said, "Please do whatever you three seem fit for my punishment and I will gladly accept it without hesitation." "Lapis, wait a minute," said Naruto as he tried to approach the blue gem, but a look from Garnet had stopped him in his tracks. "I'll allow Amethyst and Pearl to give you what they want, I'll deal with you myself later," Garnet said before she looked at Naruto while Lapis brought her head up in curiosity. "We'll talk about this later. Understood?" "Sure thing, Mom," Naruto said as he recognized both the tone and the look his mother was sending him a message that he'll be having a lecture. I would have to be the most insane person to refuse anything from that look. Naruto thought as a chill ran down his spine. Pow! Lapis fell to the floor after taking a punch from Amethyst, much to the surprise of both Naruto and Pearl. Amethyst, Emine. Both Naruto and Pearl said in shock as they both checked on Lapis. What? The purple gem said incredulously. She said that she'll take any form of punishment without question from the three of us, and I think that a simple punch from me would make us even. As Pearl went off into a lecture towards Amethyst, Naruto helped Lapis to her feet and said, "Sorry about that. You're not hurt too bad, are you?" "I'm fine," said the blue gem as a violent circle formed around her eye. "I'm just a bit shocked that it wasn't more than a punch." "Considering that this is Emine we're talking about," Naruto said as he saw said gem giving his girlfriend a shrug before going to check on Steven, "she'll probably mess with you like she does the rest of us. Just be careful with how you react." "I'll keep that in mind," the blue gem said as Pearl soon approached her. "What do you have in mind for me, Pearl?" "Well," Pearl began with a serious tone in her voice, "unlike Amethyst's barbaric idea of a punishment, you are going to help me around the temple. That means cleaning, cooking, keeping Steven safe, cleaning up after any of Amethyst's pranks, and doing laundry. Now let's get that eye looked at." After Pearl and Lapis left, Naruto let out a sigh before deciding to just fall down onto the couch as he was just too tired to try and get to his room. What a day! Flashback end. Naruto looked at Garnet as his mother gave him a stern look. "Pearl has already told me of what she and Amethyst had already planned for Lapis," the gem began as the blonde before her slightly stiffened up at her tone. "I, however, am going to keep a close eye on her and let you be responsible for her. If she steps out of line, I'll punish you instead of her. She did say that you would vouch for her." "That is right," Naruto said with a slight cringe on his face, "but I will take whatever punishment if it means that you three will give her another chance." The blonde then looked around to find that Lapis was absent as he asked, "Where is Lapis by the way?" "Ocean, Yellowtail's boat." Gaara was looking out towards the sea while the others were down below and Yellowtail was steering the boat. "If you are here to kill me," Gaara said as he felt a presence nearby, "I should warn you about who you are going to be dealing with." "You have nothing to fear, Gaara," said a young voice as said person looked to see a young girl with blue skin and dark blue hair and eyes wearing a sea blue dress. "Naruto has told me about you and how you're a Jinchuriki like him." Gaara's face remained stoic, save for his eyes slightly getting wider, as he looked over the girl. He noted how soft and delicate the girl's skin looked and how silky her hair appeared to be. The girl's sparkling blue eyes and simple smile really drew Gaara's attention to her. "I'm Lapis Lazuli," the blue girl said with a slight curtsy. "I'm sure Naruto has told you about me." "I do recall him mention about a Lapis Lazuli and the trouble she has caused before," the Kazekage bluntly said. "I assume that would be you?" Lapis nodded as she said, I'm not proud of what I've done because of my pain and anger, but now I'm hoping to at least seek their forgiveness for the time being." "I know of the same pain," Gaara said as he looked at his right hand. "I too am not proud of the path I had taken once before. I am still thankful towards Naruto for saving me from the dark life I had once lived." "Yeah," Lapis said as she briefly looked away, "he is quite charismatic for a fool." "But sometimes the fool knows much more than a king," Gaara sagely said as Lapis looked at him. The blue gem nodded as something on her back began to glow. Lapis reached where the light was coming from before the light vanished as she then had a ring in her hand. The ring was a silver blue with a navy blue lapis lazuli gemstone and an inscription in an odd writing encircling it. "It's a special and powerful protection charm," Lapis said as she pointed to the inscription. "The writing around the stone means life anew and it only works as long as you wear it, so please be careful with it." Lapis placed the ring on Gaara's left ring finger and before the Kazekage could say anything, the blue gem gave him a slight kiss on the scar on his forehead and said, "I hope we can meet again." Gaara suddenly blushed from the kiss Lapis had given him as he watched her jump into the ocean, revealing the teardrop-shaped lapis lazuli in her back between the shoulder blades. Hearing footsteps approaching, Gar laced his fingers that allowed him to hide the ring as he couldn't use his sand armor since he didn't have his gourd. "You alright?" Temari asked with concern of her face. "Yes, Temari," the Kazakaj coolly lied as he stared out where Lapis had dove, just watching a beautiful sight. Underwater, Lapis was using her powers to propel herself through the water towards Beach City as Garnet had allowed her to do this one favor on her own before she would be under surveillance. She didn't have the heart to tell Gaara what awaited him back in Sunagakure, and after seeing him for the first time, something inside of her was telling her to protect him from any form of danger. That ring should be enough to protect him, Lapis thought to herself as she remembered how her vision had showed her Gaara facing off against a man wearing a cloak adorned with red clouds riding on a weird white bird. Kanahigakure. Tsunade was sitting in her office as Kakashi and Team 10 were standing before her. "Alright," the Hokage started as she laced her fingers together, "I had received a message from Team Gay about Naruto's whereabouts. Believe it or not, they found him at a place outside the elemental countries called Beach City." "No way!" Ino said with shock on not just her face, but her teammates as well. "So is Team Gay going to be bringing him here?" "Unfortunately no," Tsunade said, getting a disheartened look from the shinobi before her. "However, I received a message from Naruto via Toad Summon that he will be coming back to help us deal with Bloodstone and protect his home from not just him but the Akatsuki, as there would be no doubt that either party may end up finding him." "Good to hear that Naruto still thinks about Konoha," Choji said with a grateful chuckle. "Actually," Tsunade said with a regretful sigh, Naruto's message elaborated that he was talking about Beach City as he had revealed that Konoha was more of a prison than a home to him. "You're not saying he's going rogue, are you?" Ino asked with a completely slapped look on her face. "What about everyone that cares about him?" "He still cares about us," Tsunade countered with a slight edge to her voice. "He explained that he didn't even want to come back because of the hell he had gone through here in Konoha, and I honestly cannot blame him as I was able to see his medical records and all of his sabotaged report cards. I'm pretty sure that there's another underlying reason about his reluctance. And I'm guessing that underlying reason is that once he sets one foot inside Konoha, he'll be treated like royalty by the very people who had actually put him through that hell themselves," Shikamaru lazily said as the amount of talking about Naruto being the Yandame's son had been nothing but a troublesome headache during the past 3 years. "He'll be treated just like Sasuke was, as if nothing had ever happened." "You're right," Tsunade said. "I wouldn't even blame him if he decided to turn his personality completely around and treat everyone with almost the same amount of crap he was given. Any normal person would have either committed suicide or even decided to help Konoha's enemies to destroy us if they were given the same life as Naruto's." "So what's the mission?" Asuma asked as he wanted to know where this was going. "Your mission will be to escort Naruto and his family back to Konoha," Tsunade said as she added, "His family actually consists of powerful warriors called the Crystal Gems." "Crystal Gems?" Choji asked with slight confusion. "Who are they?" "The Crystal Gems are actually warriors and protectors from the very cosmos itself that uses the power of the gems embedded into their bodies," Tsunade explained with a slight smile, "and believe it or not, Naruto is actually a descendant of one of their most strongest Crystal Gem who had also founded the Uzumaki clan." "You're joking, right?" Ino asked with shock and surprise. "Naruto is actually a Crystal Gem?" "That's right," Tsunade answered as she then leaned back on her chair. "Now even though the Crystal Gems are capable of handling their own, you are still to protect them and escort them here, as Naruto's enemies could very well find him at any given moment. From the report Gay has given me, the Crystal Gems are capable of possessing an incredible amount of power, summoning weapons, regeneration, and even fusing with one another to create an even more powerful Crystal Gem." "Now hold on," Shikamaru said as he raised an eyebrow. "They can create an even more powerful Crystal Gem by fusing with each other? How does that even work?" As mentioned in Team Gay's notes, Tsunade mentioned as the idea sounded completely preposterous without seeing it herself, 2 or more Crystal Gems perform an intricate dance with their gems synchronized with each other, and when the dance is completed, Those who have participated in the ritual merge together into one incredibly powerful crystal gem that has its own personality. However, everyone stiffened up as it seems there was more about this unique ability. Pearl, one of the crystal gems that Team Gay has encountered, Tsunade said as she looked at the team, has mentioned that while the gem fusion is powerful, it cannot remain fused for too long before or the fusion would risk becoming unstable and eventually lose all sight of who they are, as she mentioned that this has only happened with a few fusions, Sugilite, Alexandrite, and another that she was very reluctant and very adamant about not mentioning. Any particular reason why she couldn't name the other fusion? Kakashi asked if there should be any other reason to even not mentioning another fusion's name. Pearl refused to give out any more information aside that this fusion is far more powerful than Sugilite, as it could easily lift her and toss her around like a ragdoll. Tsunade grimly said as she began to wonder about this particular fusion. Aside from that, this fusion seems to become out of control the moment it arrives and there is only one way to stop it. Their leader, Garnet Gem, had mentioned that they won't even use that particular fusion even if their very lives depended on it. This fusion sounds pretty powerful, Asuma said as he wondered just how powerful this fusion could be, and pretty dangerous. And Naruto could possess such power? Choji asked as he remembered hearing about Naruto's condition, but what about his hands? A smirk from Tsunade had answered Choji's question as everyone was elated about the news. I can't believe that Naruto recovered his hands again, Ino said with joy as she remembered just how devastated Naruto was after learning that Sakura had smashed his hands into oblivion. I bet you're just as excited about this as we are, Kakashi-sensei, said Jun and chuckled as he said, I am, as I'll be going with Team Asuma on this mission. But what about Sai and Sakura? Shikamaru asked as he was seriously hoping that neither one of them were coming with them. I only told them that I will be going on a mission of my own and to improve their skills during my absence. Kakashi answered. The Hokage had even agreed that if either of them were to accompany us on this mission, then Naruto would become less trusting when he sees Sakura or Sai. Asuma nodded in agreement as the former root agent was already a handful with social situations due to having his emotions erased through Danzo's program. There was no need to make any more problems for Naruto. You are to prepare to leave in a few days, as Naruto had told me that he wanted a week to prepare for everything and take care of a few personal businesses. Tsunade said as the shinobi before her nodded in acceptance. Good luck. None of them had noticed a small mouse scurrying away through a crack in the wall. The small black creature ran out of the building and across the dirt until it reached a forest before entering and ran across the grass until it came across a pale teen wearing a black shirt that had one sleeve longer than the other and black pants that had his midriff exposed. Why, hello little one, said the teen as he unrolled a scroll before the mouse walking on it, you have something to tell me. The mouse soon melted onto the paper to reveal that it was made of ink as writings soon appeared on the scroll. Interesting. The teen said as he read what the mouse had revealed, I must inform my friend about this. Ninja art, Super Beast Scroll. The ink then moved around before rising off of the scroll in the form of a bird before the teen rolled up the scroll and gave it to the bird. After watching the bird leave, the teen then said, I wonder how Sakura will take the news. Beach City, Crystal Temple. Naruto was in his room as he had a backpack filled with some stuff he was taking with him sitting on his bed. After 3 long years, Naruto said as he sat on one of the wooden chairs with his guitar in hand, I'm going back to Konoha. I wonder how everyone else had changed. A week had passed and Naruto knew that whichever team Tsunade had sent to escort him to Konohagakure would be arriving soon. I just hope Sakura isn't with them, Naruto said as he rubbed the smooth surface of the guitar's face. Kami forbid Sasuke. I'm sure that they won't be with them, said Amethyst as Naruto fell out of his chair in fright. Emine. Naruto said as he got to his feet, how did you get in here? I thought I covered up that little puddle. I used the front door. Amethyst said as she pointed to the opening in Naruto's room that showed the living area outside of the temple. Garnet wanted me to check up on you and see if you were all ready. Naruto picked up the backpack before collecting his guitar as he said, I got everything packed and I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Come on Nar, Amethyst said as she placed a hand on the blonde's arm, you'll be alright with us around and Garnet would make sure that no one messes with her son. Naruto let out a sigh as he said, I know, and I'm pretty sure no one would dare make Mom mad unless they have a death wish. It's just. Listen Naruto, Amethyst said with a comforting smirk, everything will be fine and we'll always be right behind you all the way. Naruto smiled a bit and gave Amethyst his thanks before the two of them left Naruto's room where the others were waiting with Steven having his backpack stuffed with things that Pearl had helped him gather. Are you ready? Garnet asked stoically as she already knew the answer. As I'll ever be, Naruto said as he gave his backpack a slight heft while tightening his grip on his guitar, just really not looking forward to this trip. Greg looked at Steven uncomfortably as he said, I'm not really sure if Steven should be going on this trip as Kay had mentioned just how dangerous the elemental countries are. I'll be alright Dad, Steven said with a smile as he had his cheeseburger backpack on his shoulders. Naruto said that Tsunade will be sending some shinobi to take us to Konoha. That's right, Naruto said as he remembered the message he received from Tsunade, Bachan's sending a well-trusted team along with one extra person. I'm just a bit concerned about who the extra could be. Guess we'll be seeing soon, said Lapis as she looked out the window to see a boat. Well, Naruto reluctantly said as he let out a sigh, might as well go see them and tell them we're ready. Beach City, docks. Naruto and the other gems made it to the docks to find that Yellowtail had just docked his boat and placed the small bridge that allowed him to walk safely over the water and onto the wooden docks. Hey Yellowtail-san, said Naruto as he approached the sailor, how was the trip? Alright, the sailor said as his beard had a slight salty film from the seawater, I was hired to bring some people with me from your old home country. Finally. Cheered a familiar voice as a flash of red flashed by Naruto to see a large figure in red kissing the docks, I thought I would never see land again. This is just too troublesome. Said a familiar voice as Naruto looked to see Shikamaru walking onto the docks with Ino and Asuma following, we had to deal with Choji seasickness the whole way here and we'll have to deal with it again on the way back. Bad enough he puked a few times. Ino said with disgust in her voice and a shiver running up her spine. Hey guys, Naruto said with arms wide open as Team Asuma finally looked at him, welcome to Beach City. Naruto, said Choji as he got to his feet and gave the blonde a big hug as a few cracks could be heard, it's so great to see you again. Nice to see you again too. Naruto said before Choji let him go to give him some air. Damn. You definitely got stronger. I think you got rid of that kink in my back. So Lady Hokage wasn't lying, Ino said as she took one of Naruto's hands and looked at them, you really do have your hands back. I'm you also guessing that those ambers show your heritage as a crystal gem, said Asuma as he pointed to the amber gems before getting a nod from the blonde. That's correct, said Perlishi and the other gems approached the group. Naruto's a valued member of our team as he has helped protect this place and with some of the missions we have. I'm guessing you're the crystal gems we were told about, Asuma said as he received a nod from Pearl. I'm Asuma Saratobi and these are my students, Shikamaru Nara. What's up, Shikamaru lazily said without a care. Don't be fooled by his lazy attitude, Asuma continued with a small chuckle. He's actually the brains of the bunch considering his IQ is over 200. Anyway, this lovely lady is Ino Yamanaka. It's nice to meet you, said Ino as she studied Amethyst's fashion, I like that top of yours. Thanks, said Amethyst with a smirk on her face, I like that huge bug on your shoulder. You wa. Ino shrieked as she tried to swipe away the non-existent bug while Amethyst was laughing. Never get sold. Amethyst said as Ino soon realized that she was pranked, you'll never believe how many times I got Pearl with that. Great, Ino thought in annoyance, another Naruto. Last, but not least, Asuma said as he placed a hand on Choji's shoulder, the muscle behind the group, Choji Akamiki. It's good to see some of Naruto's friends, Choji said with a smile, any friend of Naruto's is a friend of mine. Glad to hear that, Choji. Naruto said with a smile. Guess it's my turn to do the introduction of my family, the Crystal Gems. I'll go ahead and start off with my Naruto, Steven Quartz Universe. Hi. Steven said excitedly with a big smile as he looked at Choji and Shikamaru. Naruto told me so much about you too. Next up is my Nei-chan, Amethyst. Said Naruto as Amethyst moved some of the bangs in her face. She can be a handful at times, but she's a really good friend. In a flash of light, Amethyst suddenly changed into a purple version of Naruto and said, "You got nothing to worry about with me around, Datbeo." Datbeo? Choji asked in confusion at the small phrase. I don't know where she got that. Naruto said with annoyance before he cleared his voice. Anyway, guess I should introduce you guys to my girlfriend. Girlfriend? Asked the three Chunin as they saw Pearl wrap her hand in Naruto's before giving the blonde a quick kiss on the cheek. I'm Pearl, said Jim with a smile, and as Naruto had mentioned, we've been dating for a few years and I can't help but fall for that roguish charm of his. Roguish charms? Ino asked with disbelief. Him? Of course, Pearl answered with a slight smile, the way his blonde hair shines in the sun, his ocean blue eyes, his whisker marks, and don't get me started on his voice when he sings our song. Team Asuma watched in complete disbelief as Naruto and Pearl gave each other a quick kiss on the lips before Naruto separated and stood next to Lapis. This is Lapis Lazuli, said Naruto as Jim curtsied, she the latest addition to the team so don't be too hard on her. I am honored to meet a few friends that Naruto has, Lapis said with a slight bow, I'm still trying to make some amends for what I've done. Don't be so hard on yourself as you have to give these things time. Naruto said as he then waved towards Garnet. Last and certainly not least is our leader and my mom, Garnet Gem. I never would have thought that you would finally find a mother, Naruto, said a familiar voice as Naruto froze in awe as he saw who had stepped off the boat. Kakashi-sensei, Naruto finally said as he saw his old teacher standing before him. Kakashi gently smiled under his mask as he was glad to see his once missing student standing before him and said, Hey there, Naruto. Long time no.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you guys want to watch more like it, please subscribe to my channel and become part of the video game fanfiction plot. And please leave a comment down below and hit that like button. If you guys have any suggestions on any stories you guys want me to read, don't hesitate. They're always welcome here in the video game fanfic plot. That also goes for video games. Until next time, goodbye!